So I guess we'll start this meeting. This is not an official city meeting by no means. The city's not in charge of the water, the ditches, anything like that. So a couple weeks ago, there was a problem down on the end of the road over at
My mom's place, yeah.
your mom's place. Somebody opened the ditch, flooded everybody out.
And the road.
And the road and
across the
everything.
street.
Snake River says, we're locking this down. You guys need to figure this out. We went over and talked to Kevin Christensen and the Snake River about what can we do as a community? What do we need to do? Because I'm unfamiliar. I don't use the water, but I want to. And Guy Barris has been the person I think that has always taken care of the ditches, mostly because he used a lot of the water. So he would even come on my property sometimes, clean out a couple things, and I know he'd go up and take care of stuff. So he's no longer with us. So now
all
it
the
suffers.
dummies are running.
So what's happened recently is there's people going up to the head gate, opening it themselves. They open it too much because they're not familiar with how it works, and people's properties flood out. So Snake River says, we're just gonna shut it off. It's a drought year this year. You guys need to figure it out. So there's an old schedule, but they gave us these statutes that really everyone ought to read and understand. Not that I understand everything, and I'm just leading this. I'm not in charge, and it's up to everybody to figure this out.
Well, and they did tell us too that none of us are really in, what do you call it?
Compliance.
Yeah, in compliance with the way it's supposed to be going. So that's why we're doing this, to educate us all, and then we get it figured out.
So something to know in the future is eventually, even though there's water meters now, the state of Idaho is going to require every single household in the state to have a meter.
Private ditch.
Every pump, like if you have a well, will require a meter. Any water that's drawn out of the earth will require a meter. So we're very fortunate here to have the water rights, the ditches, all that stuff. And it's good that we bring that back and use it and learn to use it. Like, I've never used it. My property's not set up to flood, but I can pump. So I want to set up to do that in the future, because when you start getting metered for your household water, your bill's going to go boom right up. And I don't want to compare, but Shelley is a lot of money. Ammons, they can't even use city water to water their lawns. They have to figure out other ways to do it. So this is what we need to do. And I don't know everything about the ditches. We're just leading the conversation, but we need to establish, each ditch line needs to establish a president. What do they call that? I underlined it here.
Well, it's supposed to be an association.
An association, so what do they call them? Okay, it's a chairman, a vice chairman, and a security treasurer.
Secretary.
Oh, a secretary, treasurer, and one other person, like a backup.
A manager.
A manager. So, and then the main chairman is the one that turns in the water order. And then they turn the water on for X amount of time this year, and everybody needs to have their ducks in a row, and you need to be in order, and the water needs to be used, because they will shut it off at a certain time. So you have a time period to use that.
So every ditch needs those 4 people?
Every
or
ditch
whatever?
line. So like, we're connected through the summers, through, what's Don's name?
How many lines are there?
Sprayberry.
I think there's a Sprayberry, and then it goes up the line. And it
So I
goes
think
down.
there's 4, but only one of them has only 1 person on it, or 2. So they don't need to go through all of this.
So I think what might be a good idea is I can take the time, or somebody can take the time, and we should map out the city of Basalt. We have maps where the ditches are and whose houses they go to, and then create these associations. And they're already created. It's already history. We just have to figure it out.
It's all right there.
So I have a question, because I read chapter 13,
And are we not considered to be operated and maintained by an irrigation district?
So what they do is they turn the water on at the head gate, and at the head gate down is up to the association, the people.
Okay,
They
so
maintain
anything-
the lateral, the main canals.
They take care of the main canal.
Sure, but they're considered laterals through town too, are they not?
No.
No.
They're considered distribution ditches at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm no expert, I don't know, some of these older guys know more about this.
You know, that's
My
the
name's
way it's
Ted.
always been.
Well, the reason why I was asking is because it says we don't need to form an association if we're considered that we're maintained by an irrigation district.
We're
So
not,
if Snake River is not
we went,
managing us, then,
Yeah, they're
I'm not
not
really
maintaining it.
sure.
I talked to them a couple of years ago, they go, we do not maintain it, you guys are supposed to maintain it.
mhm.
and we,
Exactly. The thing of, you know, years back, and I'm talking years back, I happened to be on the head of the ditch. I mean, where I'm at. This old schedule, right on the top of it, Freeman, that's me. Now, all right? And the way it used to work, when I was a kid growing up, everybody on that ditch got together and we went through the ditch and we shoveled out the ditch, we maintained the ditch, all right? And then you had a schedule, all right? My schedule, my dad's schedule was 6 a.m. till noon on Sunday morning, and 6 midnight till 6 a.m. Wednesday. That's when you watered.
Yeah.
There was there was water in the ditch at all times,
Yeah.
all right? But, like you say, it's a drought year. It's the landowner's responsibility, nobody else's, to maintain their part of the ditch. And if you have somebody ahead of you, it's just courtesy to get with that neighbor. You help him clean his ditch. The one below you, you help that neighbor clean their ditch, and it just, there was never an issue,
It went through town. I mean,
you know? There was never an issue.
And that is the way it says.
yeah.
What you're supposed to
Exactly,
do.
I mean, that's the way it should work.
I think the issue is, there's not as many old timers anymore
Uh-huh.
as there are new people
That's-
going, what the hell is going on?
That's why,
Yeah.
you know, that's
I
why I just,
I moved before pipe probably than.
that's basically why I said just what I said. We need to
We need to
bring the
reorganize.
new people up to,
so
Or-
here's part of the problem that we've run into with the younger generation, my generation that moves in. These guys, when you move in, they don't maybe know what's going on, so a lot of people assume that the city's in charge of that, so they'll come here
yeah,
and start complaining and whatever, my ditch. We even had a neighbor go to Brian Johnson's house because their water was overflowing, their ditch kind of blew out. They went in his house because he was on the toilet, yelling and screaming at him to fix the ditch. They thought it was the city's responsibility to take care of that, and it is not. And so that's why I'm involved, Robin's involved, is because we're trying to like say, hey, the city's not leading this. We have to figure this out as the younger generation doesn't know, or anybody that moves in that doesn't know.
And these old schedules too, like, I mean, some of the names we just went through, they've
mean,
been gone forever.
Well, that's the thing, is a lot of us older people recognize all these names.
Right, I know
We
some
know
of
the
them.
properties by those names. I don't know the properties by
Yeah.
the new
And,
names.
and we're supposed to meet every year. Each lateral should meet every year by, it's even in there by the last Monday in March.
Yeah, so January 1st to the end of March.
To have your schedule updated and then turn it into Snake River.
So-
Snake River really only wants communication from
One
the
person.
president of each one. And then when you call and say, I'm taking my water.
No, I do have a question. Can we overlap times? Like if we have lateral 1 and we have lateral 3 running at the same
Oh,
time? Like, can we still like have people watering in
Yeah,
that
like,
system?
they're
Those are-
So that we
completely
can maybe get a
different.
little bit better of times, because some of those times are really hard to use.
On the
Yeah.
schedule, it's just
So-
that way.
so
There's a
what
lot
I-
of overlap platforms.
what I-
There's one ditch, another ditch, you're on the same ditch. They had all 7 times, so they weren't
Well-
full, pretty much.
It's like he just said, one of his watering hours from 12 to 6 in the morning. So I was told by Guy, I think he was just telling me, that my time was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Which
I'm
on
like,
the
I'm not gonna
schedule
get
it's
up at 2
not.
o'clock in the morning and do this. But my plan is to put electric pump in on a timer. Solves my problem. I don't care what time it is. Okay,
So my frustration is I've paid water rights for 3 years. I've called Snake River, I have asked, where's my ditch, where's my head gate? You know, how do I flood my property? Because where I used to live, we would do like fire hose, irrigation hoses, and bring it through the ditch. I didn't know because I'm right next to the canal. I've tried for 3 years. I finally got who my ditch person is to contact. I contacted him 3 weeks ago, and he's like, let me figure it out and I'll call you back. His situation was we may have to put a pump into the canal in a line to your property. I don't want to put that because I don't want to break that wall of the canal and have a flood for our neighbors.
There used to be, depending, I'm not sure which property you're on.
Hang on. But, so then, through everything, I was informed that my property is a whole messed up property because I have sewer lines running through, I have to go through 2 other neighbors' property to get to the ditch. And so I even asked if they held classes at Snake River, and I would take the day off to go and communicate to learn how to be part of my neighbor association stuff, because I knew about that. But I don't know about anybody else, but we're not getting the information like that either.
so that's
So
why
he was
we're here.
gonna try to answer and help you
Right, but
figure
I
that
just,
out.
sorry, I just wanted to finish.
As a kid, that was our swim. We
Right,
swam that ditch, and I started at 6 years old. Almost everybody that's on the canal, like you say, you're right up against it, had pumped out of the canal. Because everybody that I can remember that did water out of the canals had their water rights pumped. So, all the way from Berks,
Clear to the.
clear down to the highway, to the
So-
highway. Each of those properties on each side basically had.
Was on the canal.
So
It all
we're
had
like
pump out.
grandfathered in, so we're like grandfathered in a sense. There's really no head gate. that
The
we have
water
access
rights,
to.
the water rights should be to the property,
Okay,
okay? And if there is no ditch to it,
great.
that's what they were doing. You'd have to still check with.
I do know, the
Yeah.
pumps have to be permitted too, which is just basically telling them,
Right.
this is my pump.
But
it's
since
not
we're
approved.
paying for water rights, we have no idea how to access the water rights.
Well, keep paying for
And
them,
it's
'cause they're
like,
important.
Well, yeah, we have this, we're paying for this, but how do we access it?
Yeah.
I've been dealing with that for 14 years.
The other
To
thing
find out they
is,
are just.
if you don't pay your water rights,
Well, that's
you
where
don't
the pump
relinquish
comes
them
in.
and you don't pay them, you can lose your property.
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
If you have water rights and if you don't pay, you will, no,
Not
you
just
have
your,
to,
that's not your rights.
you will lose your property.
They'll
They
auction
can
it
put a
off.
lien on the property.
Yes.
On the property.
You can relinquish your rights.
You can't,
I
you
can't.
can't.
No,
You can't anymore?
No, you cannot.
Okay, sorry. That was true.
You used to be able
That's
to,
the
but not
Right.
anymore. Snake River got too many of them back, I think.
So your suggestion is that contact Snake River and possibly see if I'm using a pump? Would it come better with your now?
If you're right on the canal.
Yeah, our house, like the house on the corner where the canal is on 685, that's where we live, and so the canal goes right up against our house.
Whose property?
Just has a van light picture pointer thinger.
We're on that side.
Doug, are you
Yeah, right here. It's the one thing we gained from going.
Right here, guys.
Oh, okay, you're on the back side of the hill. Back over here on the east side of that.
You know, Uncle Neil.
There's one ditch, that starts where the play yard is, and then over to the, that, all this property in there. That's going over down there. And now they put how many more houses in there.
So basically, we just
That's
need
where the
to
ditch was.
We need to form an
Right, so we need to figure out breaking into those,
So what line would be
the
the
lateral meetings.
And then,
So we need to find out who
lateral-
who our lines are and
who lives on it?
Okay, so,
in what groups.
And here's one more thing. So when you're creating the schedule for each lateral, because of the shortage this year, people that are really going to take their water, I think they get first and priority. Because it makes it run better for everybody.
so when you say schedule, we can change the schedule.
so
We're not
your
stuck
your association
Your
can develop a
association
schedule.
for that line.
annually.
Yeah. It's not in
Not,
stone.
not what days we get it, or what, when it's open and closed, or can we schedule that too?
You're,
Yes.
you're still on a 14-day rotation,
Okay.
but where we're getting organized again, yeah,
We can redo
I say we
our
should
times.
kind of void these.
So, and how do we determine
The
how
times, I
much
think,
time
will
each
still be the
property
same.
gets?
Because it's your,
hours
it's your,
every 14 days.
it's your water right, so if you have a
6
2 acre,
hours
it's,
per
it's
acre.
less
or
size.
3 hours per acre.
Yeah, it's 3
3
hours
hours
per
per
acre.
acre.
3 hours per acre.
Every 14
Every 14
Well,
days.
they call it, they measure it by the inch, by your property. And so if you have 2 openings or 3, of course, the volume is gonna be more.
Yeah,
And so you have to calculate.
and if you have a 3-inch hose that you're pumping through,
Right,
it's gonna be
so you
less.
calculate it. And I think Snake River can help you calculate that.
Zach, he's awesome.
Yeah.
The one thing you're talking about.
He is very wise.
Off the ditch.
And
The
young
big thing
and
about that, you're
that's
talking
what
about
I
the
pay
flooding and
attention
stuff.
Yeah,
You can't go up there and turn that head gate wide open
no,
and pump out of it.
No,
I mean.
yes.
but
Yeah.
that's,
Turns,
that's what's
three
been
turns,
happening.
We're off the, right, we're
And
off the
it's flooding
first part
everybody
of the ditch. 3 turns gives me plenty of water.
Okay.
Now, to get the water clear to the other side of town, maybe half open. But if you open it wide open and you're not taking that much out of the ditch, you're gonna flood no matter what.
But we won't be opening it, right? Snake River will be opening the
Right.
head gate.
It's locked.
Well, that's not the
Right-
way in the past it was.
Right now, the association president will call the order and they will
They
unlock
will
it
open it.
and they will open it. If there's a problem and the neighbors can't get it figured out, they'll lock it and shut it off until you get it figured out.
Okay.
So they're not gonna play games. They don't wanna play babysitter. It's
Well, I
not
don't
their
think anybody
job.
else wants to play games with them.
No,
Our neighbors either.
no.
So is the president, is he gonna have to, or she gonna have to call in and say, all of us on our line are taking our water this week because they have that 48-hour rule, and then we individually don't call anymore and say, we're taking our water Thursday or whatever?
Everybody needs to be on a schedule.
Okay,
And the president calls, orders the water, and then you will take your turn on that schedule.
the other question I had is that we have had problems when we put our dam in to open our, because we have cross property ditches as well on our house. We haven't gotten the flow necessary to even push the water down our ditch. And we've walked up the ditch. And one year there was a problem with the elderly gentleman that lived behind us and his ditch had washed out and into his property. And so we fixed that for him, obviously. But then it happened 2 or 3 more times after that. And we walked the ditch, and as near as we could tell, we couldn't find any cause for it, but we didn't have enough volume to even get the water halfway across our horse's pasture. So I'm not sure what we do in situations like that.
I think Snake River could probably help advise on that.
Okay,
They're happy to look. They'll even repair, but they'll bill you to repair. So they did that for Mike Savaggio
At
over
reasonable
here.
rates.
You know, they dug up a collapsed thing and culvert and they fixed it and they just billed him for the materials, okay, so. But everybody on the line, there's people that are willing to help figure this out. It's just the communication just is not there anymore, I don't think, with a lot of people. Okay, so
So we need to know our upline.
so I think what we,
The other.
So my question is,
Yeah, from the head gate to the end.
But where they covered in the ditches, you went from having a
Behind the
3
center,
foot
just
wide
north
ditch
from them.
Okay.
that's
Well, if
2 feet, 3 feet deep,
would you
down
guys
to
want
having
to
a
people
12-inch
upstream?
pipe.
I'll talk to the people downstream.
or whatever.
We gotta find out what
Diameter
the map
pipe.
and the lateral is
So,
gonna go to everybody.
Yeah, your stream's gonna be less.
okay,
So people covering in the ditches, that takes a portion of that water away.
okay,
Because they only push so much.
all right.
okay, so the president is the person who's over the ditch.
Yeah, we would like.
But like, there's a lot of people who aren't here, so I've heard from people like, they went to get their water, they had to go open it up because somebody still had to shut off.
Yeah.
They started to get their water disappeared after 20 minutes because the person down the road again took
Shut
their
it
water
off.
back.
It's
Yeah.
because
So who
there's,
is gonna take care of
it's
these
because,
issues?
it's because there's no schedule.
Well, this is
People-
not like this year, I'm not saying this year, I'm just saying, but the people who aren't here, who's gonna go around and talk to them and say, you can't
So
do
that's
this, you
part
can't
of
do
the
that.
president's job.
And
And,
being a neighbor.
yeah, so this will require, like, those that aren't here, whoever you elect to be in charge, you have to maybe go door to door, get phone numbers, like you can
Oh.
create a text line
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
Okay,
easy
that's
now,
Called
it's so easy,
organization and knowing each other.
it's so easy
Okay.
to communicate now with cell phones.
Okay.
So the
Larry.
map,
I wanna ask a
We
question.
gotta make it.
I wanna know
We
why
gotta
the
do
city's
it.
involved with the ditch water.
We're not,
I'm not, I'm just trying to initiate some communication.
Well, they are, that's what they're trying to do right now.
They opened the building for
All
us.
they're doing is giving us a building.
I don't know what you're hearing.
They're talking about it, yes.
Cause they're part of it. I mean,
we
it's true.
have absolutely no desire to
I don't need
control
something
anything
that
here.
somebody else that you can bitch to
The
me
problem,
about.
the problem is people are coming here complaining and bitching about all this stuff, and we're like, it's not our problem. Go talk to Snake River.
Don't go to Snake
Snake
River.
River says it's not our
It's
problem.
not our problem.
You guys are unorganized.
Go figure out your ditch line.
Piano here, all we wanna do is water our property.
So they want
So we're all
organization.
neighbors, so let's act like the neighbors that we've been for the 30 years that I've been here. And just water our ditches and be courteous and.
And make a schedule.
Yes, so the bottom line is, we need to find out which line we're on.
Yes,
So
so,
get on it,
Bingo.
get contact numbers,
yes,
get a program in place,
Yes.
and then know when you're taking your water.
And then we have to choose the people in charge, yeah.
Absolutely.
so I
you
think,
can make those maps.
Thank you for
the
telling
lines
me.
or if you
We
want.
need to, some, do you know how to build it?
I can do it, I can do it, I just need to, like,
He knows the ditches and he knows the ditches,
Mhm.
and Daryl probably knows.
Daryl, you know what?
yeah, I'm
There
gonna for our
Okay,
ditches all the
okay,
time.
just a
I
second.
can do that, I just need to know where they go.
okay, just a second, go ahead.
Legally wise, I've been threatened for cleaning somebody's, what they say is their ditch.
Okay.
Legally, what is?
So the right of ways are right here in
Yep.
writing.
It-
You have the
Well,
right,
yeah, but the people that I have problems with,
okay, so that is a legal issue. You have the right
You
to be
have the
there.
right.
And call the sheriff.
so I can clean that ditch and take a
Absolutely.
tree down like I paid for 15 years ago, and I won't get sued.
It's right
Yeah.
here.
There's an
As a matter of fact, it's,
issue.
as a matter of fact,
You might still get sued, but you won't, shouldn't play.
Well, yeah, I agree.
this is actually,
Did you get copies of these?
this is Idaho state law. This is not Snake River's law, this is not.
Do we have anyone in Basalt that can serve as translator?
What do you mean?
Sign language?
Sign or?
I'm sorry.
Sign that.
There's a few people, I guess,
We only have one issue about our gas gauge. But, I mean, we've tried for years, we haven't had water. We've tried for years, we just can't.
so as an association, as your ditch line, your people that are on your line,
No, I'm at the very.
where are you, where do you live?
The back
Saxton House.
Over back,
Walkers.
oh, Walkers.
Yeah.
Oh, your neighbor's right here. So Lupe right here, she could probably help you. So this is Lupe.
How you been doing?
Do we want to say, you know, and I'm just schedule a follow meeting, or I can make the maps in the meantime? Can we reach back together?
We'll let everybody.
You need a gavel.
This meeting needs to be organized. If they know where to send the bill, they know where to have the bill. Knows where everybody is. Why can't we have an updated schedule with new names?
We're gonna work on that. That's why we have to put together a schedule.
Other than,
We just have to change things. That's where we gotta get there. And that's up to the Some people may not want to use water, so they will. So that is good. Find out.
We're the shorts on the list, we're the shorts.
I agree with you.
So there's a line here, there's a line that runs this way, goes through the road, and then right here, where they're playing this property, there's a headway here that goes this way, and then there's a right and run this way, so this is that's what I just said. So then this one comes out here and runs all this property, obviously the sewer, and goes this way. So I think what we're gonna do is take a simple block and break it out. Somebody, we'll figure it out. These people over here, and these people here, their ditches are all screwed up. So like Brian Johnson goes over here,
And so I'm not sure, because there's this here, and
It takes him 3 hours to get this water.
like people to follow it for so long.
Yeah, because people don't maintain, he wants to use the water, but there's people here that don't. And so everybody's like, well, they don't want to do it.
We need to put in a bit of headbeat.
Yes, or little things that she can do to people that want to stay.
We need to put in an electronic gate. Right here. To dam all water. Using the until when it's time, it just goes and damages the thing. Because
Order, everyone! Can we have order, please?
Okay.
So I think what needs to happen is, we need a map, we need to figure out our ditch lines. We should meet again as a group of people, figure out who's who and where's what, and put it together, and then form your associations, and then take it from there. That way it's not such a big group meeting of everybody around, but only what pertains to you and your line, okay?
Your ditch.
So let's see if we can get something put together this week, so that at least we know where all the ditches are, and we can help start working on contacting the people on our lines or your lines, so that we're not all talking over each other and all these things. And Robin's pretty good about the Facebook page and informing people, so just pay attention, and maybe she can put something at the post office again to let people know what's going on. But we don't want to have these meetings every week, we don't want to do it all this time. We just want to get everybody on the same page, form their associations on their lines, and you guys take it. The city does not want part of this. You have to do it yourself. The water will be off until you figure it out. So the sooner the better.
No water until we get our paperwork done.
So the sooner the better, but I'm gonna say, let's give it till next Sunday afternoon. And if you know your neighbors on your line, let them know, start figuring it out. It's up to everybody to figure it out. Not just one person.
And I will open the building for any ditch meetings in the future. I'm okay to do that.
Okay, so how do we know, somebody matching out, Matt?
Okay, let's do this, because there's.
I know our.
So where's Caleb, would you please listen again?
So there's a lot of conversations going on, it's fine, but, people are asking, well, who's gonna do this, who's gonna do this?
You get to elect that person.
Or choose
Let's-
them, or let them volunteer.
Yeah, how do you do that? Like, she wants to help, they want to help, but we don't need everybody doing the same thing.
So we need to meet in laterals first.
Yeah,
And then
I agree.
you
I think
can
we need the
decide.
maps first, for sure, and then we can go from there and
Yeah,
organize
you need
from
the
there.
maps, because they need to figure out who's on their lateral.
Okay, so
Who's doing the map?
I can do the maps. I can do the maps.
Well, do you want to translate what properties, what?
They know who's property they've.
Not everybody knows, I think.
But not everybody's on there. My grandparents lived here since the 60s, their name's not even on there.
Where do they live?
At the Torres house,
The end of the ditch.
in the line on 810.
I have the,
Did he have a ditch?
Yeah, my grandparents used to.
So you wanna try to accomplish that this week?
Rock out, and I turn out.
Right, but he's doing it.
Okay, done.
Do we have a goal for a date?
Next Sunday.
Next
Yep.
Sunday?
Next
And you're gonna say.
Let everybody know what what you're doing right now.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, so. I know. So I'm gonna make the maps next week. I'm gonna make the maps this next week. If y'all aren't gonna listen, you're not gonna know. So I'm gonna make the maps next week by Sunday, so we can have a meeting this next week and we can start to coordinate who's on our laterals. And I'll get that figured out. I'll call Snake River if I need to. I'll call some of the people that have lived here for a long time if I need help with it. But I'll get the maps organized for next Sunday so we can meet again. Thank you.
Are we gonna do it next Sunday?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Robin. I think we can go over there and work with Lord.
What?
You wanted to do this for a living?
Huh? It doesn't make a living. You know how much it pays? 10 cents an hour.
Everybody. You couldn't make a 12-year-old get the kids with $20 an hour.
You're talking about Gil? Yeah. So that's fine. We can fix it. You have every right to make him fix that for his property.
He brought it over his property, went down 9 feet across his property. Worked his way up to the grade. He's always got water. He needs it. I can't believe it.
Saturday night, Wednesday. I never get it.
I don't want you to be a policeman
You should grab these, there's 3 of them. And this tells you the laws and the responsibilities of the
I can have 3 people on my
come over and visit with you sometime.
Doing a lot of culture, I guess. Yeah, that's the old thing. The old guy didn't turn it down, you go. Get that water over there.
Can I get your phone number so that I can call you if I need to? Oh, I'm your brother. I was talking about you. Robert was your brother. So I'm sorry.
Well, I figured 12 households would tell. Only about I was gonna make bets as well, but we're below. So there's another room. Back here. We're thinking about turning that here into a meeting room. That way people have somewhere to meet. Show up for anything they
I know who I get, and I know who we are supposed to be taking.
You got any use for making concrete? I think it's concrete. The whole mantelpiece we're replacing. 17 inches wide by 11 feet long. Let's say it's a piece of granite, but I'm pretty sure it's concrete.
Which is what happened to you.
I'll give you guys a call if I have any questions with anything, but.
Yeah, it's interesting how fast people do this.
Yeah, I got that.
It's all about that water. Seems like there's a lot of people in that place right there. It's scheduled.
Yeah, all this is kind of been slowly ignored.
You ever come across those culvert pieces?
We can find them on Facebook.
I mean, for free $99. Or collapsed ones. So we have a VR that we took and then put those on the basis of the ditch and then put those down there. Weeds can't grow in there. It's not
I just put concrete. It's all like this day. It's been 12 years. And it's not like that.
concrete's so damn expensive.
Well, it was the same Portland mix, and I just had